loading up the hearse, throw it in reverse. I come from the church of the Marvel Universe. Bodies getting stuffed in the bags like...
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Cryptcast. I'm Mike.
I'm Brian.
And we are coming to you from inside the Comic Crypt in Eatontown, New Jersey. And
Deep inside.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of a little to the left.
Okay, weird. You make it weird. I'm uncomfortable now. We're doing a book review of DCeased Unkillables by Tom Taylor and Karl Mostert.
It must hurt
issues
to be unkillable.
Yeah, it probably hurts pretty bad. There's a couple of things in here that hurt real bad. It's 3 issues, originally published in 2020. I like the story. I don't like the art.
Yeah.
Mr. Mostert is not for me.
It's a little Quietly-esque, which
I think that's a good comparison, yeah.
I dislike Quietly quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But this story's dope. I love this story. I get over the artwork real quick because I think it's a lot of fun.
It kept pulling me out during the story where it's like, oh, that's ugly. Oh, that's rough.
Yeah, I can't not do that, but I enjoyed it so much more than the first volume.
I liked the first volume more than this one. I get where you're coming from, where the first volume is more global level, right? Like, we're saving humanity,
right? And
we're dealing with characters we're already like invested in close to, right?
Yeah.
You know, Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman and the kids and blah 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 blah. This is his villains and children. But Tom Taylor does a really good job of kind of like making you care about people, and he's kind of plucking those heartstrings in just the right way. Like, there's moments and they're like, oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. It's a much smaller story where it is literally, we're surviving, all the heroes are gone, we have to save these kids. That's it.
Yeah, and I feel like there's more of a desperation level in this, where that, like, the most desperate or, like, you know, without hope you feel in the first story is in the very beginning when Batman dies and you're like, well, we just lost the smartest guy in the world.
Well, there's that, but like,
there's no way to fix it. He fixes everything, and then everything after that, like, was tragic and bad, but like, they were still heroes, you know. Even when you lost Hal, the ring went right to Canary, and it was like, cool, I can get behind a, you know, Black Canary,
yeah, they were
Green
still,
Lantern,
but like, I don't know, having Flash turn, it's like, oh, fuck, you know, having Superman turn, oh, shit, like, what are we going to do? Like, that's it, we're done, you know, like, there was those moments over and over again. Yeah,
but it was still, like, the grandiose heroes that are capable of so much, so, like, it was still so superhero-ish. It was less desperate and tragic, and
I feel like it was plenty tragic, and there were plenty of moments in that in DCeased where I was like, oh shit, what are they going to do now? In this, it is smaller, but I never had the, what are they going to do now? It's more like, oh, they still got people, it's fine.
Well, you know, for oh shit moments, I feel like there was a handful, because like, while you're reading the pantheon of the DC universe in the first one, and you have almost everybody there and accounted for, and you see just when shit goes south, you go, oh, we lost Batman, shit, oh, we lost the Flashes, god damn it, oh, we lost Superman, shit, you know. I still felt like, alright, how you gonna fix it? How you gonna fix it?
Mm-hmm.
How you gonna fix it? This, I felt like the oh shit moment was like way more. I felt like everything was like oh shit, oh shit, and I never like had the how you gonna fix it. Like with this, it was like, when you gonna die?
Sure, yeah,
when
yeah.
do you all not make it?
Yeah, I see that, but I think that's because, again, Volume 1 is a bigger story. You have the whole cast is whoever's left, right? And in this, the cast is finite. It is this bubble of people, and it's not getting any bigger.
You know what it is? Throughout the whole first event, right up to the last page, there's hope.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting the ships off Earth.
Sure.
They're going off into space. They're gonna go out. They're gonna, you know, either set up settlement somewhere else and life will go on, or they'll come back and try to figure it out, or like whatever. Like,
it's definitely a more hopeful tone. Yeah.
Yeah. There's no hope in this.
No, it's
even the things that they attempt to do when they have a lead on something, it's still like, well, if we make it. It's way more desperate.
Yeah, it's there's everything in here is more resignation than it is like hopeful, I guess. It's like, oh, I guess we're doing that. Oh, I guess we're doing that.
I rooted for the cast so much harder in this than I did for anybody in the first book. I almost didn't care about the first book. You could have killed anyone after Batman, and then it was all like, well, I don't care. Then I just sat there and rooted for Damian to die. Just kill him. Just kill that little shit.
I don't know, I still think the first volume lands a little better with me.
That's cool.
Not to say this is bad. It does what it's doing well. I just think I was more invested in the first one than I was in this one.
Yeah, I think we just appreciate different things.
Sure.
That's all. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so DCeased Unkillables, follow up to we're doing the fucking intro to the thing like 6 minutes in. It's crazy.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Sequel to the first DCeased.
I'm like, how do you not love it from the word go? No. Deathstroke's been hired to kill rednecks.
This is not just rednecks.
Redneck Nazis.
Nazis.
Yeah. They're in Kentucky.
There is plenty of stuff in here I like. Don't get me wrong. So you start in Kentucky, and it is day one of the anti-life equation. Right? So Cyborg drops down.
Right, that's the other thing. It is going at the same time.
Right. It is happening concurrently with the first volume.
Right.
So he's hired to go kill a bunch of Nazis for burning down some churches. And off the rip, within like 3 panels, I love that he rings the doorbell with his sword. It's the little things I like.
Guy comes flying out the window and he makes a comment. He's like, I've never seen anybody run on shattered legs before.
Mm-hmm. And he shoots him. But he opens up the door and everyone comes running out. And he looks inside this little mansion thing and it's just full of infected. But, you know, they're infected, but they're also... Oh, hold on. He says it better than I can. A house full of Nazi fuck zombies. The worst of the undead combined with the worst of the living. And he just starts killing everybody.
It's a great opening line, too.
Mm-hmm. But because they're zombies...
And this wasn't in the job description.
Right.
He takes this as an opportunity to renegotiate.
Right. I was just about to say, he's going to renegotiate because he thinks he should be paid more money. He grabs his phone and he gets infected.
Now remember, from the last time... The anti-life equation has been turned into the anti-life virus. So it is transmitted through any, video screens or, so he picks up his phone and it transmits.
Mm-hmm. Plus regular zombie rules. He gets infected and then the panels go black. And then they come back and he's strangling someone on the street. But he managed to fight off the infection and he's Deathstroke again.
Because Slade is different.
Right. He's got a healing factor. Outside of him, and we find in the Creeper, is a healing factor like a thing in the DC universe? Like I'm talking about like Wolverine, like Deadpool levels. Outside of these guys, because I don't know.
I'm sure it does, but not on characters I know.
Like I know, like Flash heals fast because of the metabolism. I know Superman heals fast. Like there's guys who heal fast.
I was always under the impression that Vandal Savage had a healing factor to some degree because he's been jacked up quite a few times.
Sure.
But I don't honestly know. Like that, they don't address it like they address. They address it in Marvel.
It's not the main component for Deathstroke. It's just like and also this.
Superman heals fast. Superman heals even faster if he's near the sun.
Mm-hmm.
Martian Manhunter has a healing factor. Like it exists.
Yeah. That's just a question.
I'm sure even Diana heals at an
accelerated rate. Yeah, they have to, right?
Right.
Everyone but Batman.
I'm just a man.
So Deathstroke comes to, and then we hop over to Wayne Manor.
On day 2, he already made his way to Gotham.
They don't say where he is. He's just in a city, and it's just on fire. So it could be anywhere.
Yeah, they just say it's day 2 of the anti-life virus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then we jump to Gotham.
Yes.
Wayne Manor. Red Hood, Jason Todd, if you are not familiar with who the Red Hood is, not the Joker, has entered the Batcave looking for Bruce and Alfred. And he finds the bodies of Bruce, Dick Grayson, and Tim Drake, Nightwing and Robin, on the floor of the Batcave, where they were left by Damian and Alfred.
Just Alfred.
Damian wasn't with them?
Nope, he was with the Kents, remember?
Oh, right, he was in the city. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Standing on the edge of the broken building.
Yep, Alfred had to kill Bruce, and he laid out their bodies.
Yeah, it's like, all right, we're 5 pages deep, 4 pages deep, and Deathstroke is shit on Nazi redneck zombies. And Jason Todd finds Ace in the Batcave. I can't not be happy.
Yeah, immediately after finding the bodies, he hears some growling, and it's just Ace.
The Bat Hound.
The Bat Hound. And he's a German Shepherd like he's supposed to be.
Yep. Well, that's because this is Ace, not Titus.
But they fuck with Ace and make him they go back and forth on his breeds sometimes.
Not usually. Batman Beyond did that.
I understand, but it's become a thing where it has been confused, where there have been Aces who are not German Shepherds.
Ace is generally German Shepherd, historically has been. In Batman Beyond, Ace was a Great Dane. And then when Damian came into comics, they got him a dog who was a Great Dane, but Damian names him Titus, not Ace. Yeah.
Just saying.
Another thing, next page, right? What you don't see in Bat books ever is an entire family photo.
Yes.
Yeah, Alfred, Bruce, and all the kids.
Yes, everybody.
Yeah, and there have been...
Except Stephanie.
Stephanie hasn't been in this whole book. I think they're like not counting Stephanie
not counting
there.
her. Yeah.
Back when Cassandra Cain, during her first volume of Batgirl, like towards the end of her first volume of Batgirl, there was a miniseries where Alfred like kind of yells at Bruce that like, you know, like, you welcomed her into the cave, you never welcomed her into the house. You know?
Yeah.
Like there's a difference between being included up here and being included down there.
But she was a weapon, so don't worry about that.
Right. Jason prepares graves for the three.
Yeah, digs graves for them.
Right there in the cave.
Yeah, which has got to be hard. It's a cave.
Yeah, right. I guess there's got to be soft dirt somewhere.
Yeah.
And Jason's like, you know, I guess he's, you know, processing, going through the motions. He carves them wooden headstones. He looks over at the Batmobile, and he's like, he never did let me drive the car. You know, he's grieving, and you know, by himself.
Yeah, he's doing his thing, but he also does a very Batman thing where he asks the car to show him the location of all Bat family, and the car's like, all right, cool. And there's 8 of them.
Yeah.
And then he asks how many with heartbeats.
An even more Batman question.
Right.
How many with heartbeats?
And there's only two. Yeah. So he calls Ace into the car, and they take off in a terrible-looking Batmobile.
It is a cross between that ugly-ass Tumbler and a Batmobile.
I don't know what the fuck's
like, this
going
thing's
on
like a tank. It's got 6 wheels.
Bad looking.
Battering rams. Yeah, it's bad. It's almost as bad as Quitely's little bubble car from Batman and Robin. I hated that Batmobile.
Buddy.
But as the car races off, it focuses on Bruce's headstone that is carved, which reads, Bruce Wayne, father, mentor, bastard, Batman.
I think that's fine.
I think that's great. I think that you know, deciphers exactly Jason's feelings. Guy took me in. He's my dad. I love him, no matter how big of a douche he is. He's my mentor. He taught me things and gave me this life and prepared me to go fight the good fight. Still a piece of shit. I hate him.
Sure. Yeah, I'd be mad too.
But he's allowed to be because he's fucking Batman.
Yeah. So we cut to Gotham. It's night 2. And
Rose Wilson, Deathstroke's daughter.
Yeah, Ravager.
Also Ravager.
She is curled up on her couch in her apartment, and Deathstroke says he's coming for her, and she can see the future, and in every future, it ends up the same. When she opens the door, she dies.
Deathstroke and his daughter both have precog.
Her more so than him.
Her more so, yeah.
Like she reaches out a little further, where he's a little more reined in. Like
he can.
In a fight, it works. But.
Yeah, he has like 10-second precog. He can like anticipate your movements in a fight. She can actually get glimpses of.
Yeah. And Slade goes, yeah, don't go through the door, go through the window, idiot. Oh, yeah. But he tells her to get to the rooftop through the window. Because guess what? He's got a helicopter. And he's going to pick her up. But almost as bad as the Batmobile, this Man-Bat looks like shit.
He looks like a shaggy dog with wings.
It's so bad.
The side profile is crashing through the helicopter is not as bad as the original panel of it coming head on.
Fucking bad. He's got this big horse face.
Like a dog more than a bat because it's elongated snout, which it shouldn't be.
I don't know. It's giving me vibes for something. I'm just blanking out like what the reference is. Like he looks like the from Creepshow, the Yeti in the box.
Yeah,
he looks like that.
He does. He absolutely does.
Looks like that.
Yeah,
bad. But he crashes through the windshield of the helicopter and starts biting up on.
What do you want to look like? Batty from Ferngully?
That'd be much better. Yeah.
Robin Williams crashing through the window.
That'd be fantastic. doing impressions at you as he tries to maul you to death. But the helicopter crashes on the roof. Ravager goes running for it, and Deathstroke comes like rah out, and she just goes, "Sorry, Dad," and stabs him, and he goes, "Ah, fuck!"
She's like, I didn't think the undead say ow or fuck.
Because they don't. And he goes, "Could you take your sword out of me, please?" That's like, Deathstroke doesn't feel like he's this kind of guy. You know what I mean? He always feels so stoic and like manly man, and it's very much just like, oh, you're just a guy.
They regress it whenever he's around Ravager, or even sometimes Jericho. Mm-hmm. Like when he's around his kids, they try to like,
make him a person.
Yeah, but he sucks so hard. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's a great character. I love Deathstroke. Don't get me wrong.
Sure. He just never comes off like a person. He just comes off like a murder robot.
Yeah, he's a murder robot. He doesn't care about anything. Yeah.
So for me he feels more personable in this story, and that's a new thing for me.
Okay. Yeah. That's absolutely
so
valid.
It just felt a little weird.
Yeah. It's like, do you care about things?
Yeah. Yeah, weird.
Yeah. He had a while back, one of the events, it was like Infinite Crisis or whatever the hell it was. He has this moment with Black Mask, and like they both brought henchmen to a meeting, and like Deathstroke's henchmen are like beating the shit out of Black Mask henchmen, and I think there's a character called a Hyena, and they're discussing whether Hyena is a woman or not.
Okay.
And neither one of them are quite sure. Mm-hmm. And I'm not sure if it's Deathstroke or Black Mask, but one of them's like, I would.
Sounds like a Black Mask thing, honestly.
I'm just like, it's weird, but it's a cool, like, personable moment.
Yeah, you're going to have the conversation of, like, what do you think going on this, you know, in the super community? But, Mirror Master shows up, and I think he's a brilliant addition to this.
Yeah, he's in the reflection of the glass of the helicopter, or just mirror debris on the rooftop.
I would assume it's from the helicopter, but I'm not quite sure where it's from.
But Mirror Master,
yeah, it's definitely from the helicopter debris. Yeah,
Mirror Master, great Flash villain. He can show up in mirrors or reflections of glass, anything. Yeah. Crazy power when you think about it.
Mm-hmm. He should be used more, just in general. Yeah. Anyway, he shows up with an offer from Vandal Savage. They want to hire Deathstroke for his skills to, like, protect them. That's what he says anyway. And then he hands Ravager and Deathstroke goggles that will protect them from seeing screens, so they won't get infected. Which, also very smart. He pulls them through the mirror, into the mirror dimension, and boy oh boy is it a nightmare.
The mirror dimension is just a dimension full of all the possible portals that Mirror Master can go through. Mm-hmm. So you can see glimpses in through those reflections. And it is just carnage everywhere.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny that I used carnage the same way to describe it. So he should have horrible PTSD, you think. But he seems pretty chill the whole time.
I mean,
I know he's not a good dude, but
no, yeah,
but still,
the rogues gallery is, the Flash's rogues are nasty, hardened criminals. You know, like they're the ones that have to, Flash made an agreement with them. Like if you're that good at stealing stuff, you shouldn't have to kill people. Mm-hmm. And even then, they're like, all right, fine, no civilians, but we're killing cops. Like fuck you, like cops are to kill us. Shoot at us, we're shooting back. Like the best they gave Flash was like no women and kids. All right, fine.
Mm-hmm. So Mirror Master brings them to a big rock formation in the middle of the ocean called Ball's Pyramid.
Balls.
And Ravager is very correct in saying, quote, "This is a really weird interaction," as Deathstroke and Vandal Savage talk about tree lobsters. And side note, I did a little bit of research because I wanted to see if this is a real place. It's a real place.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. So, Ball's Pyramid is a real place in Australia. It's a small islet. It's actually the remains of an eroded volcano.
Okay.
So it's like the plug for the volcano, and everything else is kind of eroded away. It's also climbable. Like, you can go there and climb it.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm. Tree lobsters are also real. They're not lobsters. They're giant stick bugs.
Gross.
They're the largest stick bug in the world. Like Vandal Savage says, their population was decimated on another island, but in 2001, scientists found a small pocket of tree lobsters on Ball's Pyramid, that survived, and they were able to bring it back to, I think it was Howe's Island or something like that. All real. I just had to throw that in there because I was interested to know if this place was real or not.
Yeah, it's fun when they throw real world shit in there.
And those stick bugs, those tree lobsters, they're stick bugs that grow to about 6 inches long. They're huge.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, that's why they're tree lobsters.
The more you know. Back to the story. So Vandal has had a whole complex carved into the interior of Baal's pyramid, and we get to meet his team of survivors that he's managed to accumulate here. So we already know Mirror Master.
Which, how do you, we're hiding out. They're hiding out. They're riding it out. And they're going to lay claims to what's left.
Yep.
How would you get any sleep with this cavalcade of just murderous...
I'm going to say this is a good combination of people in that we don't see them used very often, most of them anyway.
Sure.
Like, I like the combo of people here just because it's interesting. We're not retreading a lot of ground.
No, there's a lot of favorites. I just don't trust them all.
Oh, you just trust 0 of them.
No. Listen, there's professionalism amongst criminals. I would trust, if I went into this group, I would trust Deadshot. I would trust Bane. I would trust Lady Shiva. I would trust Captain Cold. I would trust Cheetah. Creeper and Grundy are out. I am not trusting a zombie or a psychopath.
Do you like how they're the team up too? Like they're
they're the ones off to the side. Yeah, because they should be locked in another room.
Yeah, so it's an interesting line because it's like Creeper should be murdered almost immediately by everyone here because they don't have the attention or the patience to deal with him.
Also, historically, Creeper teams up with heroes. He's a good guy.
Well, he's a villain now.
I know. He's just unstable.
Yeah, he comes off like a Deadpool character in here, honestly.
Right.
Very much that.
And that's what he is.
Okay. Yeah. I've never read any Creeper because I have 0 interest. So yeah, you laid out the thing, and Creeper has made t-shirts, hats, and pennants that say "I'm a tree lobster." He's really leaning into the tree lobster thing, and Grundy is wearing "I'm a tree lobster" shirt.
Just so unnecessary. How did you do that there?
You don't have the silk screen in your villain hideout. Come on.
Yeah, I have a 4-color press in my villain hideout. Absolutely. I mean, I'm sure they have time. They have nothing but time.
They don't have anything else to do, right?
Yeah.
Just chilling out. So Vandal put this group together because he believes that the heroes will fail because he's however many thousands of years old, right? And they're not ruthless enough to remake the Earth after the fact, and they're going to do it.
That sounds Trumpy.
Cut back to Gotham. We're at the GCPD. Gordon, Bullock, and Batgirl.
Cassandra Cain Batgirl,
yeah,
not Barbara Gordon.
Correct, she's dead. They're fighting, and Bullock gets infected.
Yeah, that sucked.
Yeah, it was like, not anymore.
Yeah.
And Cassie has to kill him.
Yeah, breaks his neck right away.
Yep.
Just one and done.
Mm-hmm. But they're more or less trapped. They were up against the wall. They were planning to retreat to the
a
cells.
cell. They were going to lock themselves in a cell.
Yeah, they were like, well, then we're stuck, and we'll figure it out. Luckily, they don't have to because the Batmobile crashes through the wall, and Gordon thinks it's Batman. But instead, Red Hood comes out and shoots a bunch of zombies.
Cops dead in the head. Mm-hmm. Which, you gotta... The panel has Gordon looking on in the background. You have to also keep in mind what it means to see, to have Gordon see these people get put down. It would be rough for a guy like Gordon, even in a civilian. Those are his people of his city, but these are his people, yeah. His police officers.
Mm-hmm. But also the look of hope on Gordon's face when he goes, "Batman, yeah!" And oh no. And Red just goes, "Nope, not Batman, get in the car."
I don't know, it was a look of hope or a look of shock, I was like, isn't that guy dead?
He doesn't know that.
Does he not know?
How could he know that?
I mean, word travels fast, man.
The world's over.
Listen, if I had Cassandra Cain in my presence defending my life, I'd be like, why the fuck isn't the guy here? Where's the guy?
Right.
Get the man here. Mm-hmm. I don't want to see little birds or cats or wings or any other part. I want the whole bat, the big bat.
Yeah. But they get in the car, and in that car, Gordon finds out that Barbara is dead. And Jason's just we're just going to dispense with all the extra shit, and goes, I'm Jason Todd, and reveals everyone else's identities.
Well, Jason unmasks and Cassie unmasks, and he kind of puts it together himself. And he's like, Bruce Wayne, Dick Grayson, Tim Drake, Damian Wayne, Barbara. And he just kind of trails off.
But Gordon, unfortunately, needs to see Barbara for himself. Just to prove it to him.
That he also finds out that they're all being monitored by Batman too. He also finds out that he, along with the rest of the Bat family, has been monitored by Batman. And, Jason has to explain to him.
He does it because he loves you, your family.
But that's what it is.
You should be honored that he was spying on you all the time.
Yeah, it was, what it is. Batman was terrible at expressing anything with words, and he had absolutely no consideration for personal boundaries. But he violated your trust and secretly monitored you for a reason. Bruce thought of you as family, Jim. And, I gotta say, for a guy like Jim, who has worked with Batman for that long, he gets it. I'm not going to say that Jim's going to,
He doesn't have a fucking choice.
Yeah, at this point, there's no point to dwell on it.
But we go over to the alley where, if you recall from DCeased Volume 1, Ivy had to save Harley from the birds of prey, and that's where we find Batgirl, and she's all strapped up at weird angles and very dead.
Along with Catwoman and Batwoman and Huntress, all just hanging out in the greenery.
So they also find Joker's body, and Jason's pretty upset that he didn't get to kill him.
I kind of also love the, Gordon's on his knees covering his mouth in front of Barbara, and Cassandra Cain just mourn later. Move now. Get the fuck out.
We need to go. Let's go. And a lot of that happens to Gordon. He's like, and people are like, all right, let's get moving. Come on.
Because Gordon's the guy who's going to feel.
Yeah.
Everyone else is to some degree a professional at heroing or villaining. So it's like, we don't stop at these things. You got to join us, please.
Yeah.
Unlike Jason Todd, who upon seeing Joker's dead body gets real malicious about it.
Which, rightly so.
I mean, there's I owed this guy, and I should have been the one to kill him, to compensating by zip tying him to the front of the Batmobile. So
look, he's got to make himself feel better.
I guess Jason really need to make a statement.
Yes.
I guess.
I mean, and Gordon's like, this is pretty fucked up. And Jason goes,
it's an apocalypse.
Don't judge me. It's like, yeah, look.
It's no, bro. Anybody, a sane mind is going to judge you. Sorry. You're being judged.
The world's falling apart. This is fine. I'm okay with this.
I mean, it's also false advertising. Todd pulls up in that thing, and I would be like, bro, you killed the Joker? And he'd be like, nah.
I just found him. He killed me, though.
It's like strapping roadkill to the front of your car. If you're not going to go home and cook it, as a trophy. Did you kill that buck? No, I just found it.
I'm still okay with it. If I was killed by a man, I'd strap him to the front of a car too.
I mean,
whether I killed him or not,
you got to be practical. Is he going to go home and make Joker jerky?
Bad. We jump to the next day, and in Bloodhaven, they come across a building with survivors surrounded by infected. It's an orphanage.
I never thought Bloodhaven was that immense of a shithole. I know it's part of Gotham.
They talk about it like it's the worst. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's Bloodhaven's 20 miles or they give you the distance, how far it is. It's like a 30, 40 minute drive from Gotham proper.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a suburb. If Gotham's Manhattan,
yeah.
Bloodhaven's Brooklyn.
Yeah.
But it's
But they talk about Bloodhaven like it's Newark.
Yeah, worse. It's Bloodhaven, so an undead virus is almost an improvement.
Yeah.
And it's dude, that's where Nightwing hung out for his entire run.
Well, he goes there because it's a shithole. He's got to clean it up.
I don't know, man. You would think Bruce would be. Just in comparison, I didn't think Bloodhaven was that bad.
Yeah, it's terrible, apparently. But
they notice a large concentration of unliving, not undead, unliving.
Yeah, I'm just going to call them infected because there's a fine line, and they're not real zombies. They're weird.
Yeah, they're infected.
Zombies. Yeah.
Surrounding a single building. which they can decipher because the unliving can sense living.
Yeah, they figure that out.
And well, they figured that out in the first one. They in the first.
We have to figure it out all over again.
Right. So they figure out survivors are trapped inside.
And Jason knows that the Batmobile is outfitted with lethal options. Which, not very Batman if he's got lethal options there. He has to, like, put in, like, a special override to, like, access them. But why would Batman put lethal options on a Batmobile? It's not very Batman-like. Because it's not like... He's just full-on fucking missiles, man.
Contingency planners plan for everything. Even things they don't want to do.
Or it will never, ever use?
Sure.
That's what you're saying?
You know, it's like...
Sounds like Batman's a hypocrite to me.
Well, you know, you have to plan. You do the things that it's the Tower of Babel situation. He made plans against the Justice League, and those are his friends and allies.
Sure.
So you know, you got to be the guy to prepare for everything. You know, you don't want to do it, but you got to be prepared to do it.
I'm just saying.
I mean, what is Batman if not the biggest hypocrite in the world?
Yeah, it's just up there.
He believes in the system, which is why he breaks the law every night and goes out to be a vigilante. Yeah. Breaking and entering, theft of evidence. Yeah, he believes in
battery.
He believes in the system so much.
Yep. Just saying. So they use those missiles to blast their way through.
Oh, by the way, I like the override password is remember Joe Chill. Because if he's going to use that, he's getting fired up. He's like, remember your darkest fucking day. Chill, motherfucker.
Yeah, they killed my parents. I'm going to kill them.
And I'm going to kill them.
Yeah. They blast their way into the building and through the crowd. They get in through a garage door, which the Batmobile can access and open and close, or whatever. They skid in, and they're in a garage with some school buses in it. And like 10 kids. We find out that some lady hero came by, helped the kids by getting all the infected into a single room, bending some steel bar around the handles, locking them in.
But they didn't write dead inside.
They should have, right? Yeah.
I saw a show once.
She also brought them like a bunch of food so they could survive, and then she never came back. And that's when everyone decides that they're going to stay here. They're going to make their stand here at this orphanage, protecting these kids.
They should have named one of the kids Coral. Then they should have a cop survivor just yelling Coral's name the whole time.
Well, we got Gordon. That was the end of issue 1. Issue 2 is 3 weeks later. Gordon, Jason, and Cassie are having the hard conversation about whether or not to kill the infected trapped in the orphanage. They're having a hard time because they're like, these are people like the kids knew. There are kids in there.
Yeah, there's kids, caregivers.
Yeah. And then they find out about the arcs. The arcs from the first one.
Yeah, they get a radio broadcast, and they hear Lois's broadcast that went out to everyone, letting any survivors know about the 2 sanctuary strongholds. One, Poison Ivy's jungle in Gotham, and the other...
It's Themyscira.
Which
you're not getting there.
drive this bus to that island.
But they can't safely transport the kids, so Gordon makes the decision. It's like, no, we're going to stay here. We're going to defend what we have. We don't tell the kids. We don't tell them that their heroes are leaving them behind.
And that's just Gordon says the line, and he goes, no, we stay here and defend. We say nothing, and the word bubble is we don't tell them their heroes are leaving them behind. The artwork is the 2 arcs,
like taking
off into space, like literally leaving all survivors behind. So that's where I'm talking about, like the gravity, where it's just like, these the small group of people with these kids that they feel responsible for. They're like, I don't feel like there's anything as desperate as this moment in the first book.
I don't know. Having a Superman being infected is pretty goddamn desperate.
But it's fake bullshit. It's Superman. He gets fingers put through his abdomen. God, no.
It's different. It's a high, bigger story versus a very low to the ground.
This is a gut punch.
I get it. It's just...
You think about how many heroes are on that ship, and then you think about these kids left behind. They're playing. They're still running around playing in these panels. It's like,
And then we find out that Mirror Master has been looking for Cassie for Lady Shiva.
Yeah, back on Pyramid Balls. I mean, Balls Pyramid. Mirror Master approaches Lady Shiva and informs her that she is found. Cassandra Cain, who is Lady Shiva's daughter, if you don't know. Apparently, Shiva has asked Mirror Master to locate her, which he has now done.
Shiva goes to the orphanage to talk to Cassie, and Cassie says that...
Through a mirror.
Through a mirror. Cassie says they have to bring the kids too, and Shiva's like, no, we're not doing that. It's you or nothing. Well, it's you, and I'm going to knock you out.
And take you.
Yeah.
It's like, if you're not coming willingly, I'll just knock you out and drag your ass through a mirror.
Cassie gets clocked pretty good, but then Jason and Gordon step in, and Cassie asks her mom to stay. But she just says, goodbye, daughter, and she goes back through the mirror. Like, she tried, but not happening. And then Lady Shiva catches shit from Vandal for risking Mirror Master for personal stuff. Because Mirror Master is very, very valuable, because that's how they get around.
I mean, seriously, he is clutch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they'd be stuck on this god-awful rock in the middle of the ocean if they didn't have him.
I like how, like, Captain Cold's like, and he's also a real boy with anatomy and feelings.
Yeah. But Deathstroke is the one who diffuses the situation. Like, he's super even-handed, like, trying to keep everything, like, civil and together. And then Vandal takes this opportunity to bring Deathstroke in on his side project. We find out that side project is Vivisecting Creeper.
I like that Rose, right off the cuff, is like, yeah, don't go with him.
Yeah.
You know, like, Rose knows something's up. She doesn't trust Vandal.
She can see shit. But, like I said, Vandal's side project is Vivisecting Creeper and Deathstroke until they can find out why and how they're immune to the anti-life equation. I have two issues with this. One, Solomon Grundy's doing the surgery on Creeper. What?
I mean, you know, as long as he's told what to do, he'll do it. He'll follow it, you know.
But why would he know how to, like, do surgical grade stuff at all?
You know, sometimes Grundy's smart in certain renditions.
He's not in this one.
Yeah, not in this one.
And two, my other problem is Vandal just pushes Slade into Grundy. How is he caught off guard like that? With just a shove.
Yeah, he just shoves him into Grundy's fist.
Yeah.
Which is hysterical.
Mm-hmm. That's it. So, Deathstroke gets knocked out. He gets tied to a table next to Creeper, and they're going to go ahead and vivisect him. But then Ravager shows up and puts a sword right through Vandal's chest. And as she's freeing her dad and Creeper, she sees the future and tells everyone to run. Vandal says, what is it? What did you see? And Ravager goes, I wouldn't want to spoil the surprise. And then Vandal says, I have lived for 53,000 years. I am rarely surprised. The next panel is
him being very surprised.
He goes, oh shit, Wonder Woman's a zombie. Wonder Woman has showed up. And then rips him in half.
Yeah, I don't think he's coming back from that. Vandal Savage has come back from a lot.
No, there's a big, like, splotch kind of thing, and he's just in two pieces. Grundy goes to take her on. He gets tossed through a wall. And then everyone just shoots Wonder Woman, and that works. I don't understand how that works.
It doesn't really work. She goes on defense, like she blocks, you know?
Yeah,
so
but
she's
it's
got
like
that many bullets coming at her.
1, 2, 3, 4 people shooting her, plus Captain Cold.
I mean, Bane's got like a Gatling gun.
Yeah, but still, it's Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they don't want to take
a bunch of dudes just shooting her could take her, like, down for a minute, like
you also don't know, like, how much the anti-life virus, like, fucks with her. Like, yeah, she still has powers, but even before they start shooting at her, she's fucked up. She's got scratches and cuts all over her. She's not healing at a rapid
No,
rate.
she's not healing. I'm just saying, like,
you got that many people shooting at her, you know. She huddled up. She, you know, knees, the legs are tucked, bracelets are crossed in front of her face. She had to go on defense for a hot second.
I don't know. I just don't buy it. Anyway, so she gets stopped up like that.
So much for suspension of disbelief in comic books.
Fuck that. It's Amazonian. She can take bullets. So Captain Cold is slowing her down with his ice gun, while Mirror Master evacuates everyone else out of Ball's Pyramid.
And as you know, camaraderie between villains who work well, you know? Like, Mirror Master looks back, he's like, I'll come back for you. And Snart's like, damn right you will.
Yeah. Yep. So, Mirror Master drops everyone at the orphanage in Bloodhaven.
Which is fantastic, because the very next panel on the next page is this little kid face-to-face with Grundy just like, ah!
Yeah.
zombies. No, it's okay. He's not a zombie.
Yeah, he's a good one.
I mean, he is a zombie, but he's not a zombie.
It's a different kind of dead. It's fine. The Mirror Master goes back for Captain Cold, but he's already been turned and attacks Mirror Master, infecting him. Which we'll get back to that later.
We'll get back to that because I could explode about that right now.
What?
Just the whole.
Oh yeah. So everyone meets each other. The group goes to the kitchen to have a conversation. When I say the group, I mean Gordon, Jason, Cassie, and then all the villains.
All the villains, because at first greetings, we have guns drawn on Bane.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, they talk themselves down, and basically they figure out the infected are attracted to life, and they should prepare for Wonder Woman or any other powered infected finding them. And it's more or less decided that everyone's staying. We find out there are 43 kids in the orphanage, which is a lot. And Slade brings up using them to fight. Gordon, 100% against using the kids at all. They're like, they're just kids, you can't. Bah, 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 bah. And then Gordon and Slade have a sidebar. And Slade talks him into kind of begrudgingly leading the group because he doesn't want to do it, and if he doesn't do it and Gordon doesn't do it, someone's going to step up who they don't want to do it.
Exactly.
So
I like that he again, you don't see too many instances of Slade being a person. Mm-hmm. But how he tries to reach Jim, where he's like, "You lose someone." Jim's like, "I'm not discussing this with you."
Yeah.
He's like, "I lost my boys. I heal, but there's no healing from that. Like, that's worse than anything."
Mm-hmm. So they land on Gordon leading everybody, and they are going to train the kids. The problem of the room full of infected comes up, and the Unkillables, who are the bad guys, and Jason decide they're going to take care of it. They open the door, and Jason sees Billy Batson, and then they shoot up the room.
I mean, he kind of freezes for a minute. He locks up.
Yeah.
He's like, "My God, this isn't time to freeze up."
Mm-hmm.
I know that kid. His name is Billy Batson. He was. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't matter.
Yeah. And then they shoot up the room. And then training starts.
I mean, the training was fun,
It's a fun little deal.
Yeah, it was super bleak for up until this point, and then you get a little reprieve.
Well, this is the part of the story where you get endeared to the villains because they're training children and they get to be people. So you have hand-to-hand combat taught by Lady Shiva and Cassie. Mm-hmm. You have marksmanship taught by Deadshot, and they're using slingshots, not guns. Creeper is teaching quips.
Witty things to say when beheading undead.
Cheetah is teaching how to take down Wonder Woman. Like, her whole thing is Wonder Woman's weaknesses. Bane is teaching philosophy on the fall of humanity.
The fall of civilization.
But one of the kids says,
"Huh? Are you not listening? I'm explaining how our excess and complacency."
It's like, "Nope, sorry, I really can't hear through the mask. You're just all muffled." What's great about that is the next time we see Bane, he has the mask off.
Yeah.
He took the criticism.
It was a proper strategy.
So that's all going on, and to everyone's surprise, everyone starts to get close. We see Grundy, I don't think it's a Grundy, Solomon Grundy,
playing with kids,
playing with children.
The little girl
great.
Pets Cheetah.
Yeah, a little girl is thanking and petting Cheetah, and she's letting it happen.
Matilda's a cute kid. Did you see that? You didn't see her pet me?
Yeah, you keep your goddamn mouth shut. I'll take out your other eye.
Yeah, if you did see that.
Jason and Rose come across Deathstroke pushing some kids pretty hard, like a drill sergeant. He's having them do laps with heavy weight in their rucksacks, and they're kind of like, "Hey, maybe tone it down, they're kids." And he calls Batman soft.
Yeah, he's like, "Of course you'd say that. Batman was too soft."
Yeah. He's a real big dick to Jason.
He's like, "You talking about the same Batman? Violent scowl with pointy ears?"
Yeah. Yeah, the way I hear it, he let you run before you were ready to walk, and the result was a clown caved in your head with a crowbar.
Oof. And then he grills them about dating.
Oh my God, he's for it.
Yeah, he's like, "You two a thing?"
What?
You should be. Not a lot of happy out there. Find it where you can. We're probably all gonna die screaming.
Yeah, it's great.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, cool.
He might as well have said, "Get yours while you can."
And they do get together, though. Jason and Rose kind of become a thing.
That's been a thing in continuity, too.
And Rose sees the kiss that Jason's going to try to give her coming, which is, I think, a cute little thing.
Yeah, she's like, "You're about to try and kiss me."
And then shit hits the fan. Bane's doing a night patrol around the orphanage and comes across Ace, who's growling at nothing. And he's like, "Hey, buddy, no, it's cool. Like, Ace, yeah, easy. It's fine. I won't hurt you. There's nothing to be afraid of." And then Mirror Master comes through the mirror.
Oh God, if this were a horror movie, this would be the moment where I shit my pants. The zombie Mirror Master, the ability to just travel through any reflection and just spread. Like,
Yeah, fuck Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Mirror Master's scary. Mirror Master's like Flash.
Yeah.
Where he's like, "I'm just gonna get you.
Yeah.
You can do anything you want. I'm
I'll
gonna get
find
you."
you anywhere you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh God, just the access to the mirrorverse.
Yep. So Bane gets infected, and all hell breaks loose. A kid is grabbed.
You know, we talk about the artwork not being the best, right? Look at the shocked look on Ace's face when Bane gets scratched from behind. Like,
Yeah.
that is a great dog. That face looks awesome.
Ace has looked fantastic through the whole book. Maybe he should draw only dogs because his people suck.
Right. Sure.
So a kid gets grabbed through a mirror, and Gordon says, "Floyd, stop! You can't do anything." And Deathstroke saves him, but in the process gets grabbed by Mirror Master
and
pulled into the mirror.
Gordon shoots the mirror,
Yeah.
and it cuts the feet off of Deadshot.
Yeah.
Because
he
the
was
portal,
the portal
the portal's
closes.
broken, so half his body, well, not half, but like the legs sticking out just get cut off.
And end of the issue is Bane running straight through the building and the outside wall, allowing...
He went through a doorway. He broke through doors.
Well, whatever it is. He still rips open a path for the hordes of undead.
Where was he going? Outside. Why outside?
Improve his odds.
To welcome all in.
Yeah. So the book ends with Bane turned back towards the building with a horde of infected behind him, ready to roll.
Because that's the other scary thing. It's like they're not mindless zombies. You know?
No, it's the anti-life equation using the tools at its disposal.
Right. So the anti-life equation takes register of the powers at hand. And, you know, Bane being a strategist went, well, how do I improve my odds?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And we jump to issue 3. And like I said, it's just inside of a shitstorm right now. So an infected Bane is now headed back into the building with a horde, and everyone needs to avoid mirrors and windows, which is hard. But it's cool. Grundy comes through and pops Bane's head right off, like right away. Like there's no Bane fight. It's like 4 or 5 panels, and Grundy just goes pop.
It's not even like a twist. He just takes it straight off.
Yeah.
He's immensely strong. Just pop right off and then throws it through the head of another guy.
Yeah. He's there to protect the kids. Like that's what he's yelling at. Bane, no hurt children. Like Bane's really into the kids in a good way.
Grundy's really
I'm sorry. Yeah, Grundy.
like the Hulk would be.
That's what. Like this is the Hulk.
Yeah.
These panels, it's the Hulk.
Yeah.
It's not Grundy. It's the Hulk.
But it's the same shit.
Like he doesn't have a shirt on. He's wearing the pants. They're all torn up. He has a very similar haircut, very similar face. This is the Hulk.
Well, I mean, the shirt had to get ripped off because it was a stupid tree lobster shirt. He wasn't in his normal Grundy attire to begin with.
I'm just saying, very, very Hulk-like. So Grundy's stopping up the doorway, and he's getting overwhelmed by infected.
Get the hell off of Uncle Grundy.
And the kids are like, all right, we're gonna get you. The adults have to stop the kids from running in and trying to get the undead off. We also get a little intro to some of these kids.
Yes.
We have Letitia, 14 years old, likes ponies, knows how to kill a man 6 ways with her hands. We have Gareth, 7 years old, likes tree lobsters, can survive the harshest environments, and can carry a heavy pack while running for 4 straight hours. Zaid, 12 years old, likes seeing things blow up, can crush a skull with a slingshot at 50 paces. Matilda, 8 years old, likes cheetah, has trained to strangle a pompous princess with her own golden lasso.
And who is now sporting cat ears.
Yes. Yeah. But these kids are holding knives and slingshots and bats and shit. Like, they're ready to kick some ass.
Yes, they are.
But the adults have to pump the brakes on them. Creeper jumps in, pulls Grundy out.
Which, like, how strong is Creeper? Just lifting up Grundy and running.
Right. Like, I don't have any, like, baseline for what Creeper is or should be. Or...
Adrenaline junkie?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
But he says, Grundy goes, Creeper save Grundy? And Creeper goes, of course, tree lobsters have to stick together. Let's move.
Even though Grundy was the guy cutting him open on an operating table.
Yeah, it's cool. Forgive and forget, man.
But that's it. Creeper's so batshit. Like, he's not going to hold grudges. He's just Creeper's just a weird fucking character, man.
So they're running through the orphanage, and they have to quickly come up with a plan. And that plan is to load the kids into the buses, drive them to the Gotham jungle, and nobody's thrilled about it.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, fuck. And there's... Let's see. I'm just going to read this because it's fantastic. So, and just like that, the worst road trip of all time began. 1 Batmobile, 2 buses, 41 children, 6 supervillains, 3 anti-heroes, 1 actual hero, 1 police commissioner, 1 dog, all out in the open in the middle of the unliving Armageddon.
Would Cassandra Cain be the one hero?
Yes.
Okay, so Todd doesn't even count himself.
No, he's an anti-hero. Him and Rose would be the anti-heroes, right?
Okay. But it's 3
anti-heroes.
anti-heroes. Who are we counting as the third?
Creeper?
Maybe. I mean, I don't, from the direction of this book, I would not say that they would be counting Creeper. They're probably counting Slade, but Slade is not a hero.
No, he's a villain, yeah.
He is straight up a villain.
Yeah.
I would argue that till I'm blue in the face. Yeah. But for semantics, I would say Creeper.
That's probably my favorite, like, line in the book, that...
Yeah.
Just that little, like, just that, it's fun.
Yeah, it's like the Blues Brothers rundown. You know, however many miles from Chicago. It's
there we go.
out,
It's 33 minutes from Bloodhaven to Gotham. 18 minutes of society has fallen and speed limit laws with it. Okay, so everything's going well. You know, they're making good time getting to Gotham. The Batmobile is out front paving a way for the school buses to get through.
Again, because it's like a bat tank, so it's battering, ramming
they had
through
to
shit.
make that kind of bat, just for story's sake, sure.
Absolutely.
But then Mirror Master
God damn, Mirror Master.
attacks through
a school bus window.
Well, first he tries to go after Deathstroke through the rearview mirror, and he claws Deathstroke in the face. And that's when Deathstroke says, knock out the mirrors. We need to, Mirror Master's attacking, knock out the windows. But as he's saying that, a kid gets grabbed. A girl gets grabbed right out of her seat through a window. Gone. And Grundy's like, no tight children. He starts smashing windows. Then a kid gets taken.
Yeah, they lose 2 kids.
Yeah, just gone. And then the little girl, I forget her name, the little girl with the cat ears, who's taken to...
Matilda?
I forget.
It was like 2 pages ago.
That was so many pages ago.
Matilda.
She's grabbed by Mirror Master, and Cheetah and Ace come in clutch and take him out. Like, Ace grabs Mirror Master's arm and holds him, and Cheetah just puts a claw through his head.
Yeah, through his head.
Through his head.
And she pets Ace and Cheetah. Good dog, good kitty.
And then Cheetah turns and only she gets to call me that. It has the comic relief beats in here that kind of really pull down the tension.
Yeah, it's also like little heartwarming moments.
You understand, but
and desperation.
Yes, it's meant there so it's not so mentally fucking trying. Okay, I lost my spot.
Jim has been drinking through the whole book,
as he should be.
He's the flask in hand.
That's a very full flask, by the way.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So they make it to Gotham, and they find the garden, which they're calling the Gotham Jungle. They're calling it the garden in here, and it's completely surrounded by infected. And while they're trying to figure out how to get in, the Batmobile picks up something, like on its radar or whatever the fuck, and Rose sees what's coming and yells for seatbelts because it's her and Jason. And Jason's kind of like, this thing could take a missile.
Yeah, the Rose. A missile isn't even going to dent this car.
Yeah.
Smiling.
Yeah,
and
then
seatbelt.
And then something hits the car and just totals it. Goes flying in the air, crashes into a bunch of undead.
They got hit with a princess.
Yeah, it's Wonder Woman.
Superpowered death had come for us.
Yeah. But luckily Cheetah doesn't waste any time, and she gets right out there to fight. She's just, Diana! And she goes. Which, I always underestimate Cheetah. Because I just think in my head, she's just like a cheetah chick. But she could take on Wonder Woman. Like, she gives her one for her money.
Yeah. Minerva's weird. Her history is weird. Originally she was just a woman in a costume. Mm-hmm. She hated Wonder Woman because she was prettier than her.
Sure.
Like, it was real, just fickle bullshit.
Uh-huh.
And then she actually gets turned. I want to say there's more to it.
I'm sure there is.
Yeah.
There's probably some supernatural thing behind it, right?
Yeah.
But Creeper and Grundy Jesus, I can't say Grundy right. Creeper and Grundy follow her to give her some support, and they knew they weren't going to win, but they're there to buy time.
Again, what a cool moment too, like Slade's there going, Cheetah can't stop the Amazon by herself, and Creeper's like, okay, guess I'm taking on the undead goddess. Mm-hmm. Grundy's like, not by self, tree lobsters.
Yeah, but it's a cool moment of like solidarity. Like, they know they're going to die.
Yeah.
They're going after to save the kids.
Yep.
They end up transferring all the kids to one bus, so Gordon and Slade can take the other bus to clear a path and go save Rose and Jason. Right after Lady Shiva calls them stupid for risking everything for one person, like literally calls them idiots. You're idiotic. Like, you can't do this. She runs out after Cassie. Because Cassie's trying to get the kids from one bus to the other, and she gets caught up by a bunch of the infected, and she tells Letitia to drive, and she's like, I don't know how. She's just like, press that, follow them. She jumps out and is fighting with Cassie, and they're doing a pretty good job.
Well, I'm talking about
two of the
possibly
like the best fighters in the universe.
Yeah, exactly.
Or on the Earth. They fight their way free out of all the undead, but just as Cassie's getting up there and Lady Shiva's about to get in, she gets clawed in the back and infected. And she goes, it's over, Cassandra. And Cassie's like, no. Cassie's like, and Shiva's like, no. A daughter shouldn't have to. You were the only person I admired. And even in this moment, you have Lady Shiva, who's like one of the hardest bitches in the world, who is super abusive to Cassie. Just like, yeah, I love you.
Shiva and Deathstroke are a lot of the same.
Bad parents.
But, also that, like, I really love you. I've only been hard and disciplined you because I wanted you to be better than me and whatever.
Which is kind of a bullshit excuse, but it's nice to have that moment right at the end.
Well, it's like
just for, like, personal, like, growth for the character.
Well, it's like, I got news for you. We fight on the side of the good guys, so we are better than you. Every step of the way.
But Lady Shiva tears her own heart out.
Badass.
Which is like such a metal way to go.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna grab my heart and rip it out of my body.
There's absolutely no time I can recall that Shiva hasn't messed up who she was fighting.
Mm-hmm. She's like the best, right?
Yeah.
She's like singularly the best.
Right. And and in the Black Canary book, that's who she's fighting. She's having a fight, like an in-ring fight to see who's the best, like a legal tournament fight to see who's the best. And she was just shitting the fuck all over her.
Sure.
The only time I've ever seen Shiva get bested, and I'm sure there's times in books where she has, but the only time I've ever seen her get bested, Tim Drake screwed her. Tim Drake poisoned her. They were supposed to meet for a fight, and he sent chocolates to her hotel room that were poisoned. So when she showed up to square off, she couldn't fight him.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's some Batman shit. Good for you, Tim.
Right?
So Gordon and Slade get to Rose and Jason, but but their escape route is off the table because Grundy gets thrown by Wonder Woman and folds the bus in half. So Slade provides cover so the rest of them can get away. There's a quick emotional goodbye with a hug between Rose and Deathstroke, and that's kind of it.
Pretty much.
And then we see Wonder Woman kill Cheetah, rip Creeper's head off, and then put her arm through Grundy's chest. They're all dead.
Dialogue in this kills me too, because I can't, I think about the kid and the relationship with Cheetah, and it's like not everyone got a chance to say goodbye, because like Rose got to hug Deathstroke from behind. It's like not good kitties, not whatever the Creeper was, not even Solomon Grundy.
He just died on a Monday.
Yeah. Oof.
Well, we're gonna go through that. And Deathstroke, well, Slade could survive most things. His body could repair itself, but if his organs were taken, he was done for. And then there's a shot of him on a pile of bodies, just killing everything.
Yeah, on a mountain.
Just everybody. And then in the background, you see a tiny little Wonder Woman, and she plows through him, turning him into a cloud of bloody mist.
Yeah, like a missile.
Yeah.
She left nothing of him to repair.
Then Wonder Woman grabs the school bus that everyone's in, flies it up high, and then throws it back down to Earth. It's over. It was all for nothing. And that's where the book would have ended if we didn't get the one fucking oh shit moment here. Mary Marvel decides to finally fucking show up.
Well, she didn't decide to show up. She was there the whole time.
You know what I mean.
Surprise, surprise, it's Lando in disguise.
So she's been there the entire time.
She's been one of the children on the bus.
She was the hero that showed up, put all the infected into the room, sealed it off, brought all the food, and then turned back into a kid. So I will give her that she has sound reasoning for why she didn't stay a hero. She didn't want to risk getting turned while she had powers, and then give those resources to the anti-life equation.
It's bad enough they're running out there with Kryptonians and Amazons.
Which
and
I give her that. That's fine.
it's literally the power of gods.
It's a good reason not to do it.
You know what I don't want the undead to have? The wisdom of Solomon.
Yeah, and that shit.
The strength of Zeus.
Right. We also find out here that she's the one who's been narrating the whole book, whereas Lois narrated the whole first book. This is all Mary Marvel's narration. So she saves the bus and goes out to fight Wonder Woman.
Well, she goes out to face death.
Yeah, but again, she makes some good points where she mentions that if this fight happened 3 months ago, she would have lost. That would have been it. She would have been dead almost immediately. But now she had 3 months of training with Cassie and Lady Shiva, so she can kick some ass, and she does.
Yeah.
She grabs Wonder Woman and compound fractures her arm, breaks her arm,
breaks it in half,
throws her down into the ground, and hits her with some lightning or something. I don't know. Basically, it takes Wonder Woman off the table long enough for her to grab the bus and fly towards the garden, which is this giant wall, which happens to open and let the bus and her through.
Like a big vagina.
Why you gotta make it gross?
Because it looks gross.
When things open, sometimes they look like vaginas. I don't know what to tell you.
I think it's because Ivy opened it. It just makes everything like a vagina now. They get off the bus and Gordon's like, "Get ready, Wonder Woman will be coming." No, she won't.
Yeah, she can't breach the garden. And then we see Harley Ivy.
Why do you think that Wonder Woman can't breach the garden?
Well, they say right here.
I know, but is it magically protected because of them, or because of the green?
No, it's because of them.
Okay.
Because they're the ones who say it.
Because they're the ones who say it.
So Ivy has a physical barrier, right?
Right.
And then we have Dr. Fate, Zatanna, and Constantine, who say the garden's magically protected, she can't get in.
Yeah, but they didn't say, we did it, And I was just kind of wondering. Though. Because the green itself is a mystical thing, she's pulling from the earth itself.
So, all right, so if you look at the weather outside is dark and raining. Mm-hmm. As soon as they get inside the garden, it's sunny day. So what I think is they've pocketed it off.
Okay.
So she can't even fly into it over top, kind of thing.
That's fair.
Which is
that's true because there's skies above.
Yeah, there's sky, blue skies, and everything's nice. Which also brings me to the point of, I initially had the thought, it's well, fuck, Superman's out in space draining the sun of all its energy, and the Earth is going to die. But if this is mystically protected as a pocket dimension, they don't have to even worry about that.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, artificial sun.
You're right,
Magic sun. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But Zatanna calls this place a post-apocalyptic Eden. So, cool.
Harley's excited there's kids to corrupt.
And Jason goes, "Too late, Harley, sorry." And Rose says, these ones come pre-corrupted by the best. And then we get a nice little thing where they erect a statue to honor the villains who fell protecting the kids. It's everyone who died. And on the bottom of the statue it says villains, saviors, family, tree lobsters.
Tree lobsters.
So I'm sure Deathstroke would be thrilled
To be a tree lobster?
to be a tree lobster. Yeah, that's the book.
I like the girl put her cat ears on top
She
of
put
the cheetah statue.
that's cute.
Yeah.
That's a nice touch. Yeah, it's like I said, it's the art gets me.
Not the best, far from the worst.
Far from the worst. I'm just not. It kept pulling me out of the story because there's just some panels just like, bro, how does what? Ugh. Yeah, it's solid. It's a good follow up.
I love so much of it. I like it so much more than the first.
Like we said in the beginning, I like the first more, but I like this as well. It's still good.
I also think I like more of the characters in this more than I like.
You get more personal interaction because you don't have to jump between the large cast of the other one because we were worried about power sets and all this other shit.
Well, that, and as far as the DC universe, you have killed off a large part of the people I give a fuck about in the first one. So this one is like, this is what's left of the people I like. This is the rest of the Bat family.
But as far as this goes, like, even Bat Family, like, Cassie and Red Hood aren't even, like, are blips on here for me. They're not even, like, the most interesting characters.
I don't know. I've always been a Todd fan. I've always been a Ravager fan.
I'm fine with, I like the characters. It's just me within the story itself. Like, I think Deathstroke is the best character in here. He gets the most time, I think. And I like the silly interaction between Creeper and Grundy. Like, that's...
Yeah, having two characters like that is, it doesn't matter who they are, but like having those two, the camaraderie there, like that's always fun. But I don't know, I've always liked Deathstroke. He's never really been...
But this is very unlike Deathstroke kind of story.
Right.
So you can't even, like, apply that.
And he's always so much of a solo act. He doesn't play nice with others.
Right, but he's the one who's peacemaking between everybody. He's the one who's making shit happen as a group.
Yeah.
He's the guy who's kind of manipulating everyone to make it work.
I don't know. Jason
does very little in here.
Cassie.
He straps Joker to the fucking front of the Batmobile and drives a car. Like, he doesn't do anything else.
Listen, he gets everybody where he needs to be.
Cassie fights some people and trains the kid. Like, that's...
Jim,
is there. He's the leader, but, like, he doesn't get, like, time. I'm telling you.
He has the
highlights of the book.
flask.
Deathstroke, Grundy,
Your
Creeper.
highlights of the book.
Yeah.
For me, it's what's left of the Bat family.
They don't do very much at all.
They do fine. They're there to have more human interactions. The romance between Jason and Rose. A lot of it too is what goes beyond this book into regular continuity.
No. We can't even talk about regular continuity because it has nothing to do with anything.
But it does. It surprisingly does. A lot of these interactions do take place in the regular book. Ravager and Jason have been a thing. To appreciate the minimal roles of some of the bigger characters, you have to understand the relationships they have beyond this book. You have to understand the relationship with Cassandra and her mother. You have to understand...
Yeah, but that's what the story is playing off of those things because they're pre-existing. Yes, right. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like... This is his own deal. Like, you bringing in those preconceived notions here, and that's what they're playing on.
Right.
Yeah.
So like it's more of that. Like Deathstroke doesn't stand out because he's acting out of character. Like it's more of the familiarity. Like I read comics because like I like the relationships I have with certain characters. So I never necessarily look at a book and go, oh, this guy was the standout guy. I look at what my guy did, I
try to, like, take whatever the cast is doing and pick my favorite. I don't give a shit whether I have a preconceived thing about this guy or not. Whoever's a standout for me is a standout for me. You don't get extra points for being a Bat.
Oh, you totally get an extra point for being a Bat. Yeah, you stand, like, listen, it's like I always say, it's my sports team. I root for my guys. Would I have rather seen Jason step up and be more of a leader role than Deathstroke? Sure, absolutely. But Jason's not going to be that guy to pull two factions together. Deathstroke's going to be that guy that like stands in the middle.
I just say it. again, for you, for me, we're getting different things out of it. That's fine. So yeah, if you read DCeased and you like it, read Unkillables. It is a good follow up to it. And it's a whole different feel.
I don't even know. It's an absolutely different feel. And I haven't read Volume 3.
Me neither.
And that's supposed to be the heroes coming back from space. Yeah.
Okay. I know we did these two back to back like this. I mean, obviously not like we had Black Sad in the middle of the two DCeased, but to have, I think this is the first sequel we've actually done to anything we've read. We haven't done a follow up to any of the other books we've done.
Yeah, I mean, we discussed that
Year One and
killing are kind of
Year One and Long Halloween.
But an absolute yes, this is an absolute sequel. We haven't done that,
right?
And like I said, I haven't read the third one. I'd really like to because I enjoyed this one more than the first one. Mm-hmm. So like I'm definitely on to read how it finishes.
Sure. Look, they're your picks, man. You do whatever you want for your picks. So, definitely check it out if you like DCeased, read this. I don't know. Do you need to read the first one to this? I guess like this more or less stands on its own.
I mean,
right?
It helps.
You get more context, but I think you could read this without reading the.
This is isolated and local. Mm-hmm. Like if you want.
Well, that's what I mean. Like if you wanted to sit down and read this, you could without any of the context for the first one.
You could, but it's good to have a more global, universal idea of what's going on. It helps.
Right.
It helps get that like vibe across. Like it's pretty bleak and desperate as it is.
Yes.
But if you know the context of what's going on in the rest of the world, then you're like, holy shit, you really are alone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Any other thoughts on this?
No, just that it's great.
Tony the Tiger over there. It's great.
Great. It's little problems with art or whatever, but like overall, I got over the art. I enjoyed the story so much, like I just tore through it. Cool. I didn't sit there scrutinizing. There's a couple of panels where you look at a face and you're like, oof.
Yeah, so I mean, I just got pulled out a few times.
Yeah, a couple times. Yeah, but not too bad. I don't think it's too bad.
Yeah. So if you would like to send us some suggestions for future book reviews, you could do that at thecomiccryptcast@gmail.com. You can follow the store on Instagram and Facebook to see the goings on here. Links will be in the show notes. And
man, I hate people.
Why?
I'm just looking up at the shelf at the packages put back on backwards instead of facing out like they were.
Go read your books.
We loading up the hearse, throw it in reverse. I come from the church of the Marvel Universe. Bodies getting stuffed in the bags like comics. The hardcore get it while the soft bitches vomit. I came to this earth on a radiated comet. Now the planet is in perilous danger because I'm on it. Fly super villain with the superpowers in me. Got the red issues and all my shit is minty. Body like Ben Grimm, suckers I be beating down. Look around and we be found chilling out in Eatontown. I be at the comic crypt stacking up the kryptonite. Doomsday and Superman every time I grip the mic. Dark Phoenix overloading, supernova sunspot exploding. I'm the Punisher reloading Bobby Drake when he's frozen. Storm forming ominous clouds over the ocean. Working with Professor X to master my emotion. Have you posing in the box whether you know it or not. I'll easily bag your bitch like Logan did to Scott. Mr. Sinister plots when I administer shots to clone Gene from a jeans. Then this shit'll get hot like Inferno. Burn slow, humans are ash. God loves man kills in the days of future past. Now I'm working on a science lesson. Me and Brian Stratton, a rat in a cage who can't stop buying X-Men.
Like a flower, like